Narrated by Supreme Leader Snoke, Andy Serkis. The DeNiro of CGI creatures. The trailer's opening segment unveils an array of impressive new hardware, from a phalanx of souped-up four-legged AT-ATs to a new lightsaber for Rey in a never-before-seen color, white. Its blade makes for a sharp contrast with the blood-red background behind Snoke's apprentice Kylo Ren, a dumb driver who reaches for his own weapon as his mentor praises his raw, untamed power, and beyond that, something truly special. From there, we cut to Rey and her own teacher, Luke Skywalker, Mark Hamill, looking and sounding more like a strange old hermit than Obi-Wan and Yoda ever did. "Something inside me has always been there, then I was awake," says the protégé, supporting the theory that her uncanny abilities in the Force Awakens emerged from a period of Force dormancy. Whatever it is, it's strong enough for her to literally crack the earth beneath them. "I've seen this raw strength only once before," Skywalker says gloomily, an apparent allusion to his nephew Ben Kylo Ren Solo, as we flash back to his robotic hand emerging from fiery rubble. "It didn't scare me enough then. It does now. Based on what Kylo says next, it probably should. Let the past die," he instructs, sporting high-tech stitches across his face from where Rey scarred him in their lightsaber duel in Episode 8. "Kill it, if you have to. It's the only way to become what you were meant to be." In the apparent sights of his fancy TIE fighter during this monologue, his mother, General Leia, aboard a seemingly doomed resistance starship. As he reaches for the trigger button, the Knight of Ren's eyes well with tears. Given actress Carrie Fisher's heartbreaking death since those images were shot, he's probably not the only one. Then it's off to the pod races. The Millennium Falcon speeds through a crystalline black and crimson cavern, enemies in hot pursuit. Its copilot Chewbacca roars, and a brand new, ridiculously adorable new critter who looks like some kind of calico space Pokémon, screeches in response. Ex-Stormtrooper Finn, John Boyega, awake from the medically induced coma he was in when last we saw him, duels with his former boss Captain Phasma, Gwendoline Christie. Ice foxes of some kind dart around in the snow. Ships crash into clouds of red smoke in the desert. Luke and Rey get wet in what looks like an underground lake beneath their island hideaway. "We are at the spark that will light the fire that will burn the First Order down," says Poe Dameron, Oscar Isaac, in full rally the troops mode. "This is not going to go the way you think." Luke snarls, as if in response. Then comes the big meeting of dark and light you were looking for, but it doesn't go down the way you think. Yes, Rey gets forced around by a yellow-robed Snoke, the way you might expect a messiah to be when she faces a Dark Lord ordering her to fulfill your destiny. The shock is saved for the end. "I need someone to show me my place in all this," Rey says, not to Luke, but to Kylo Ren. Scarred face healing, he looks at her and offers her his hand. This is Star Wars, so she could well cut it off instead of taking it, but we're not hopeful.